Happy Self Love Sunday. I am Moe Sass, the host of Self Love Sundays with Sass. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your self love journeys are going well. For those of you who are new to my podcast and or my videos that I post on social media, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, it just fills my heart to know that I've crossed the pond, y'all. And that, I have people from overseas listening, and I welcome you, and I hope that you come in and enjoy the content. So today we're going to talk about something that's been all over social media for the past week. There is a popular YouTuber by the name of Derrick Janx, who what he does is he would, he has books and also videos talking to women about, men in terms of relationships, in terms of knowing when men are not being honest, not standing their word of integrity. And he does all these videos, and he has created quite the following for himself. And I used to listen to him from time to time too, just some of the things that he had to say. So recently it was found out that he he was not practicing what he was preaching, basically. He was telling women all these things about men and all the things that they should look out for, the red flags and the signs, and how they should leave their men and all these other things. And come to find out, he had been cheating on his wife for years. They had been together since college, and no one really even knew, I don't think, prior to 2018 maybe, that he was even married, because he didn't put that out there. Probably for followers' sakes, I kind of understand that. But at the end of the day, turns out this guy was like cheating on his wife, just not living the life that he was putting out and portraying to the world. And so because of that, it prompted, because men did not like him at all. Just like him and men like Steve Harvey, who put out these books and talk to women about what they should look for in a man and all this other stuff. So now that that's happened, it's given them this prowess of, they want to get on the on Instagram and Facebook and all social media and say, yeah, and these women, these broken women, listen to them, and watch these broken women still follow them, and there's so many good men, and you listen to him, and I'm just listening to all of this. I'm watching this before my eyes, and my very thought was, ladies, it is time for us to start defining ourselves and stop allowing everyone else in the world to define you. Do you know, when you were younger, your parents or your environment shaped who you are. Your friends told you who you are. Either you were the bad one, the cute one, the smart one, the nerdy one, the band one, the geek, whatever that was, right? Everybody defined who you were. Even still, you get into these situations, and you're showing up as that child you were defined as. And then we're allowing broken people, and I want to be clear about something. I don't even believe in the word broken. But what I want to say is, when somebody sits on the camera and says broken, they're 9 times out of 10, they feel that way about themselves. They feel that they are broken. Because only a person living in their healing, working on their healing, would understand that those women are not broken. Those women need healing. There are past traumas and hurts, either that came with them. Everybody didn't have this traumatic childhood. I get that. But some of us were in relationships where we didn't have boundaries. Some of us were in relationships where we didn't prepare ourselves, for the relationship, right? Because ladies, let's be honest, do men have to work on things? Absolutely, but we do too. Some of the very things that we're asking for trust, we don't even trust when we come in the relationship, right? We're asking them to be the have financial stability, but yet we're still searching for ours. And it's not to say that we have to be perfect, but we have to be preparing. But we have to stop allowing these outside entities to keep defining and telling you what to do with your life. It was okay for you. Let me explain something to you too, because there are a lot of who's the best person to teach you? Let me just ask this question. Who's the best person to teach you about serial killing? Would it be the person who's never killed anything a day in his life, or the serial killer? I know it's a really rough analogy, but just think about it for a second. Why do you think they have police officers and stuff going to the prisons when they're trying to catch a serial killer to talk to a serial killer? Because they're the best person to give you the information. So I'm not saying to you that Derrick didn't give you good. He's a cheater. So he knows the BS that he was spilling off to his wife. He knows the BS that he was spilling off to the women. So I'm not saying the information that he put out there is bad. He's the best person to give you the information, as a matter of fact. But here's the eye opener to that, though. Just because someone gives you a piece of information does not mean that you take that and you go define your life by it and start, blasting the person that you were with. That's not what that information is for. Sometimes our intuition drives us to a place for us to catch a nugget, for us to then go and do our own research, for us to have our own communication and effective communications with our partners. It's what you do with the information. That's the key, guys. What do you do with the information? So a part of some of the things that I do and have done with my clients and they left with is defining their stories. They don't come to me for me to tell them who they are. They come for me to help pull it out of them. It's in you already. It's in you already. You know who you are. You know who you desire to be. Because it's not really even who you are. Because a lot of times when I say ask a woman who they are, they start defining all the things that people told them that they were. But when I ask them who they desire to be in this world, how they desire to show up in this world, what they desire to give to this world, that changes the conversation. They are no longer binding themselves by the words they were told by others. But now they're living in their words, their truth of who they truly desire to be. We walk through that. We walk through their vision for their life. We walk through the steps to get them there. They are no longer, and I love it, living in a definition that someone else gave them. And as a result of that, the boundaries that are being set, the love that is happening in their lives, I get to watch that unfold. The love that they're now having with their children is so much better. The forgiveness that they've given themselves, as well as their parents, as well as their siblings. That's huge. This is what a whole, forever healing woman who loves herself does. It's mind, body, soul. Mind, body, soul. What that means is we're always bettering our best. Whether that means we're hiring life coaches or therapists, whether that means we're joining programs, and I'm just going to tell you right now, there is something that I opened up to myself, and because I'm, always looking to better my best, right? Because there's always more to learn. When you stop learning, you're literally dying. And I entered into this program, and it has changed my life forever. It's taken me to heights that I never even thought that I could get. It's opened my world of possibilities like no other. Mind. That's what we start with, ladies and gentlemen. Mind. Because I'm not just talking to my ladies. I just step out and talk to my ladies for a minute. I'm going to come back to my men in a second too. Mind. Always bettering your best. Body. Physical fitness is therapy. We're getting older. Working on balance becomes important. Functional fitness, right? Taking that box from the floor to the shelf. You learning how to bend down and properly pick those things up. How to put something on the top shelf. How to create balance so that you're not falling down when you're older, not creating that hunch in your back and things of that nature. That becomes important. Body. What you put in your body. What you put in your body. Oh, but wait, when we talk about body, you talk about nutrition and what you put in your body. What do you feed your mind? What do you feed your mind? There's nothing wrong with having some fun, because there's some times when I like a little gossip site and that makes me laugh, child, gets me out of my head, right? There's nothing wrong with that. However, if that is what you feed in yourself, that is what you feed in your mind, day in and day out, we need to talk about that. Because what is that creating in your life? Because a lot of times the things that we listen to, the things we open ourselves up to, start to shape the environment of our lives. What is that opening you up to? Right? That's something that you have to think about. So body, soul. What? Are you connecting to your higher source? Are you connecting to something that's larger than you? Whether it's universe, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you decide to call it, right? Whatever that is. Are you connecting yourself to your source? Because when no one else is around, I'm still never alone, because my source feeds me. My source is what I tap into. My source helps me heal, right? And I'm not religious by any means. I'm spiritual. And that's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. I took on reading the Bible from beginning to end for a reason. I didn't know it at the time. I'm being very honest with you. It's just something I felt like I wanted to do. But it all aligns with what I'm talking to you about today. Because you can go out here and get advice from all over the world. But it is what you sit with yourself, gain your own interpretation, do your own research, and not just by watching a YouTube, not just by listening to a podcast, not just by clicking on social media and hearing a snippet of something that feeds what you want to hear. Oh, yes. Sometimes we are just searching for somebody to tell us we are right, because we need to be right. We need to be right. Oh, we don't need to be in that relationship. Oh, we don't need to have a great relationship. We need to be right. Does that sound familiar? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time. It's time for men and women to stop with this bashing one another. This one's broken. He's a cheater. He's this. Let's be real today. We all need healing from something. We need to stop letting our 5 and 10-year-old self show up with this name calling, and understand that if you do see someone name calling, because when I see it, I say, oh, my brother, you need healing. Because to sit on a camera and tell women and young girls all across the nation that they are broken because they listened to a piece of information that they didn't really understand what to do with. Why are you bashing them instead of saying, you know what? Let me be the one to stand in the gap of that. Let me be the one to say to you that you're not, and we all need healing. But soon as you see somebody, I want you guys to take inventory of this. Why is that soon as you see someone trip up in life, you're ready to say, oh, yes, great, get him, get him, get him. That says something. When I saw this happen to this brother, let me tell you what I said. I said the law of karma, the law of the universe takes care of itself. I don't need to sit on here and bash him. I don't need to say a thing about his wife. Because I understand, because of some of the things that I've done to people, oh, we don't want to talk about that today. So that's why another reason why we're standing in this gap and they're calling his names and right? The reason why I understand, the reason why I can look at that in love, I can let go of relationships in love, I can walk away from friendships now in love, is because I understand the pain that I once caused someone. And I understand that no one had to say a thing to me. The law of the universe, the law of karma, took care of all of that within me. Oh, the lessons, honey, became my biggest blessing, because that's why I'm here today talking to you. And my hope for that brother is that the same thing happens to him. Not that I need to tear him down. Not that I need to make something about that. I wanted to come here today to talk to you about when you receive information from sources. When you see something, I don't care who it's from. If you've decided that's a nugget that you need, evaluate why you feel you need that. What are you going to do with that information? Does it cause you to have a conversation? Does it cause you to then do your own research? Does it cause you to step back and pause for a second? Because those are the only things I really should do. Because technically, if we listen to and trust ourselves, we knew that information anyway, didn't we? But this is where we talk about trust, ladies and gentlemen. We want in a relationship, I don't care whether you're male or female, you want somebody you can trust. You want somebody that you can build with. You want somebody that believes in you. I hear brothers say that all the time. Want a woman that believes in you, trusts you, holds you down. But yet, you're not trustworthy. You're not able to hold anyone down. And you are not capable. And here's the thing, at that time of even building, we're all capable. But in this moment of everything that you're asking for, are you preparing yourself for it? Are you preparing yourself for it, ladies? Preparation is key to success in anything that we do. And it doesn't mean you're not worthy. Let me say this. You, every single one of you that are listening to this, are worthy of the love you so desperately desire. You are worthy of the life that you desire. You are worthy of everything that you desire. And you get to prepare for it. Prepare for that. Everything you desire. You want a trusting mate, but yet you don't even trust yourself. You want somebody to communicate, and we shut down. We close doors, we run. I'm going to raise my hand on that. That's something that I got to just recently learn how to stop doing. No one who comes and sits before you is perfect. The only perfect being is your higher source. Believe that. Believe that. I am human. I do live videos on my Facebook and Instagram, Moe Sass LLC. If you want to, Moe Sass Fitness LLC, MOESASS Fitness LLC. Go check it out. I talk about real life all the time. I'm a real human being with real life issues, with real life healing. It just so happens that I'm walking in my purpose. So God has me rising in the elevator with him. And I talked about the elevator all the time. The elevator shows up for each and every one of us. And so let's talk about it for a second. On the elevator, there is your higher source, your ancestors, and your destiny just waiting in that elevator. Now, when the door opens, it is up to you whether you step on that elevator to want to go to that next level. So many times we pass by the elevator. So many times we stand there analyzing, thinking, instead of trusting in faith and hopping on. But yet we want something of trust. This is what I'm saying. So we have to start trusting ourselves. We have to start defining ourselves. We have to start believing in ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, that starts with you getting with yourself, taking yourself on, right? I am a patient, vulnerable, listening leader. I am a wife. I am beautiful. I am proud of the woman that I am today. I'm proud of the man I am today. And I am looking forward to bettering my best, right? That's how you get with yourself. This is what we should do when we receive that information, when we're listening to that person, when we're listening to that thing. It should help us expand upon, not as a substitution for how we're living. Please don't listen to anybody and walk in your household and dismantle your marriage or relationship. Listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Trust that feeling that you get. You know when it's time to talk and you know when it's time to leave. You know. And stop telling people that you need to stay in the trenches of any sort of abuse. Listen to yourself. Trust yourself. If you're having difficulty doing that, it's okay. I had difficulty doing that too. I had to do the work. These ladies that I get to work with, and then I've had I love my fellas. They're funny though. They get to do that. So if you're ready to start defining your life, if you're tired of everybody else defining you, if you're ready to stand in the gap of your own transformation, if you are ready to have a successful relationship with your partner, with your children, and if you're ready for your marriage to go to the next level, because it gets to get there, honey. It gets to get better. It gets to get better with time. There's ebbs and flows of life, of course, but it gets to get better. If you're ready for financial freedom, somebody say, amen. I didn't say be a millionaire because everybody doesn't desire to be that, and that's okay. If you're ready to take your career to the next level, if you're ready for that entrepreneurship, and everybody doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, how about that? You get to decide. You get to say, this is who I am. This is who I desire to be. I love me as I am. If you're ready, mosassfitness@gmail.com. MOESASS fitness@gmail.com. Let's do this. It's our time. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you next week.